Hello, I'm Chris Rogers. The Japanese word yomi is a verb stem that comes from the word to read, usually used in reference to books, newspapers, and comic books, but conceptually applicable to reading between the lines or reading someone's mind, much like in English. Today I'm going to talk to you a bit about a game called Yomi, in which that kind of reading is an essential element.
Yomi is a two-player card game that simulates the head-to-head, button-mashing combat of fighting games like Street Fighter, Tekken, and Guilty Gear, designed by a guy who has had a hand in the creation of some of those very video games. The game provides players with 10 different characters, each represented by a deck of cards filled with a unique mix of attack options, defensive moves, and special powers. Each player takes a character deck and uses the cards therein and their ability to anticipate their opponent's tactics to assault the opposing character, hoping to reduce their hit point total to 0 before they run out of hit points themselves. A character deck is 54 cards, based on a standard poker deck plus 2 jokers. Because characters have different strengths, some are better at attacking or throwing their opponents, for example, every deck has a different mix of moves and abilities. Colorful art on the cards shows this as well. This is not a game you play while thinking, I wish there was more variety to the artwork. The art is high quality and shows the characters in a variety of poses and actions. Gameplay is fairly simple. Each player has a secret hand of cards drawn from their character deck and turns are taken simultaneously. Players play a card face down in front of their opponent, and when both players are happy with their selection, the cards are revealed. The moves shown on the card are compared against each other, and the result is determined. Successful attacks deal damage, but blocks and dodges cause attacks to fail, while throws slam turtling players into the ground. And sometimes, powerful abilities explode against a fighter who anticipated the wrong move.
This game is all about that anticipation of moves. Because the cards are played simultaneously, you never know exactly what will happen until they're both flipped over. The trick to successfully defeating your opponent is to read their preceding moves, to know the player's style and the character's style, and try to anticipate what they will do based on that information. If you do this well, you can counter their moves while preventing their countering of yours.
Will the fiery archer use more quick but minor attacks, or change to slower but more powerful attacks? Will the draconic shapeshifter continue to use his ground-shaking throws, or change to a more defensive stance? Rook, the stone golem, has no dodge cards, but if he blocks, it can be like punching a brick wall. A powerful attack could be wasted, or worse, reflected back onto you. How do you react to these possibilities? How does your opponent react to your reactions?
When you play Yomi, you have to think about lots of different variables, getting a sense of when to strike next by going with the flow of the game. It takes bluffing, anticipation, clever card play, and some risky moves, and it can be exciting to experience, which is not something you can say about every game. I'm not ashamed to say that I felt a little rush of adrenaline the first time I snuck a devastating pile driver right past my friend's defenses and crushed half of his hit points away with a single card. Even when you're getting destroyed, though, it's still very dramatic. You can hang on with just 5 hit points, and if you're careful and lucky, you still have a chance.
A single round of Yomi takes around 20 minutes and has the same highs and lows as playing the kind of video games on which this game is based. It's quick and easy to learn, but play of the game is always evolving. Because of the portability, the speed of play, the cool characters, and the dramatic moments in every match, this game gets a 10 out of 10. Outstanding. I will always want to play and expect this won't change.